Okay guys, so today we are talking about everybody's favourite subject, supplements. Which ones are good, which ones are bad, which is best? Let's find out. So these days, there's pretty much a supplement for every conceivable thing you can think of, whether it's fat burning, whether it's muscle gain, whether it's preventing muscle loss, whether it's for strength, power, anything. You can pretty much find a supplement for it. And what I see in terms of questions is often what supplement should I buy? What supplement will help me burn fat? What supplement will help me build the most muscle? And often the answer is, it doesn't lie in a supplement. If you want to build muscle, it's all about being in the calorie surplus. It's all about the right resistance training, heavy weightlifting, compound exercises, those types of things. What it isn't is some supplement company's fucking cheap pill that is just loaded with crap ingredients that is going to give you no benefit whatsoever. That is not going to give you the muscle gain that you want. All it's going to do is leave you with an empty pocket, an empty wallet, and feeling pissed off that you haven't actually achieved your goal again. But will you link that to the supplement not giving the benefit, or the fact that you weren't doing the right training or the right exercise? Often you then turn to the next supplement and the next supplement company, the next website, look through the magazine trying to find the next hottest supplement that's out there. But the results always come back to be the same, is that the supplement is not the answer. So in this video, we are going to rattle through a number of the common supplements that are out there, and let's see what the real truth is about those supplements. So let's start with the bad. Now, there are lots of supplements out there that I could choose from, but I'm just going to pick off some of the high hitters or some of the most commonly used or commonly talked about supplements. So the first one we're going to talk about, everyone's favorite, and that's a fat burner. Now, whether it's called Ab Ripper 2000 or Shred to Lean Maximum or Max Abs or Ab Ripper or whatever the weird ass name is that they come up with, most of the time it's just a load of bollocks. It is not going to be the silver bullet that the marketing campaign is actually selling to you. It's not going to be the answer to your problems, because it all comes down to that one thing that I keep talking about, and that's a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you could take all the supplement pills that you want, all the fat burning pills that you want. It will not make a blind bit of difference to your weight and fat loss goals. You need to get that right first. Calorie deficit, and then after that, anything like a fat burning pill still is not going to give you a massive amount of change in your body fat and your physique. It's going to be marginal, even if it's a good fat burning pill, and that is a rare thing. So if you're looking to lose fat, steer clear of the fat burner. Save your money, put it to something else. Focus on getting in a calorie deficit and being consistent week in, week out. That's what's going to give you the biggest gains. Don't matter what all of the supplement companies say, the 8 weeks to the lean abs, or look at this transformation, he's gone from flabby fat guy to thin ripped Adonis. That transformation has happened because of a calorie deficit and proper weight training, not the pill that they probably never even took in the first place. Remember that. So fat burners, off the table for the moment. Next up, we've got a detox. Detoxes are quite popular, especially people, wanting to start a diet. They feel like they need to detox the body and things like that. And they feel like they need to have these cleanses and these juices to make them feel divine and make the body just say goodbye to fat because I feel so good inside. Now that made me sound stupid, because it is stupid. Because all you need to do is just switch your diet from eating crap to eating good whole foods. So even if you're following an if it fits your macros concept where you can have treats and indulgences, make sure that you're getting at least 80% of your food from fresh meats, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, and whole ingredients. That is going to be the best cleanse you give your body. You'll be getting in fiber, you'll be getting vitamins, you'll be getting in minerals, all of those things that your body needs to cleanse itself. All those things your body needs to make the bodily functions work correctly. You don't need to starve yourself for 3 weeks drinking horse piss mixed with mint and freaking ginger. That's not going to be the answer to your problems. Your answer to your problems is in the logical solution. The logical solution being eat good food. Simple as that. And often it tastes better, you'll feel better, you'll feel fuller, you won't feel miserable, you won't feel like you want to kill someone, and that's good for everybody. Next up, we've got weight gainers. Now, again, there's a lot of people come to me and say they want to put on mass quickly, so they've been using X weight gainer, you know, the old Cartman thing of weight gain 4,000 or beefcake. Whatever the supplement is that's being used, then usually, now there are some exceptions, there are some fairly good weight gainers out there, but vast majority of weight gainers are full of crap, full of just filler ingredients that are used to just pack in calories but are going to give you no benefit whatsoever. And they're probably cheap, high margin for the supplement company, and actually just taking your money and running rather than giving you a good quality product. Now, for me, I always, if I'm looking to put on mass and I'm looking to find that from a drink, because let's face it, sometimes when you're pushing calories up high, eating tons and tons of food can become uncomfortable, and it becomes almost laborious to try and force that food down your throat. So having a shake of some description and liquid calories does make sense in those situations. But what I would prefer to do is get some milk, some protein powder, some oats, some honey, some seeds, things like that. So you've got natural ingredients, you've got whole food ingredients that have got a good added benefit to them. Plus you know what's going in that particular drink. It's going to probably be more nutritious, it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper, and it's actually probably going to have much more of the desired effect than the cheap weight gainer with all of the crappy ingredients that goes in it. So weight gainers, push them to one side, not needed. Then let's look at pre-workout. So pre-workout is the kind of things that gets you wide-eyed, veins pop in, ready to get motivated, ready to crush everything and everyone in the gym. So, do you need them? Do you need a pre-workout drink? The real answer is no, not really. You don't need a pre-workout. Now, I personally do take a pre-workout because I'm looking for marginal gains, and I understand that a pre-workout is really, you know, largely psychological, and it's partially going to give me some extra gains in the gym. So I feel if I take a pre-workout and I can get 1 or 2 extra reps out in a particular set, for me, for where I am in my training, that's beneficial. But if you're just starting out, then you know, you're not looking for those marginal gains. You're not looking for those little tiny increments of growth. You're going to get a massive amount more growth from proper training and proper nutrition. So if you had some protein and some carbs, half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour before you trained, and then you went into the gym and did your thing, you probably would see no material difference than if you had one of these pre-workout drinks. So that's why pre-workout really does appear in both lists for me. It appears in the good and the bad, because you don't really need it, but in certain situations it can provide a little bit of extra benefit. But having said that, a good double espresso probably will get you in the same ballpark of feel. And again, really look into the ingredient lists of all these pre-workouts, because they'll list a ton of different ingredients that sound great, and maybe in scientific research those particular ingredients are valid in terms of they do give you a benefit. But what you will find is that they're drastically underdosed. So let's say, for example, that you want 8 grams of citrulline malate, which is a popular ingredient in pre-workout drinks, and you want 8 grams of that in that particular drink. You'll find that you maybe get 3 grams in these drinks. So therefore, you're going to need to drink multiple servings of that, which is probably going to leave you wired from a billion amounts of caffeine that's in them, and therefore you're not really getting the bang for your buck. So there are a few out there, which if you go onto IamParadiseFitness.com, I did a bit of a review about 4 or 5 different pre-workouts. Have a look at that, make a decision from there, and then if that's what you want to do, go after a pre-workout. Okay, then the last one on the bad list are BCAAs. So branched chain amino acids. Effectively, it's made up of 3 different ingredients: leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Now, leucine out of the 3 is the one that's considered to be of the most benefit. If you look at the scientific research, it's the one that's been studied slightly more than the other 2, and therefore it's shown to have benefits in muscle growth and muscular development. But the key thing that they don't tell you in the marketing is that most of the scientific research that's thrown at you in terms of why BCAAs are good is based on people that are not following a high protein diet. Because therefore, if you're following a high protein diet, you are naturally getting these essential amino acids if your food intake is good. And therefore, you don't really need these BCAAs to give you these essential amino acids, because essentially you're getting them from the food you eat because you're in this high protein diet, and hopefully you're making good food choices. Where they do have a benefit is if you're training in a fasted state. So if you are training, if you haven't eaten for 6 hours or more, and then you're going to do a training session, you are in a state where you could potentially, when you work out, you could potentially lose some muscle mass. So the BCAAs help you do that, help you prevent that. Now, having said that, what the BCAAs will do is raise your insulin levels slightly, which means you will come out of that fasted state. So if you have a real desire to train fasted and you think that's going to give you some benefit, but I would highly recommend you check out my last video to see whether that is true or not, then that's actually going to have the opposite effect. So in place of that, I would take something like HMB, which is proven to have the same impact in terms of muscle prevention, but it doesn't bring you out of the fasted state. And it's a fraction of the price. BCAAs, highly expensive and really, to me, overrated. I would go for something else. Muscle prevention, HMB, you want the leucine and so on and so forth, then make sure on a high protein diet, make sure your food choices are good. And if you really want some extra BCAAs, what I recommend is you pick off leucine as just the powder and put that in your protein shake. Again, fraction of the price, you can control the amount you get, and if you really think that's bringing you a benefit, that's the best way to go about it. Okay, in the good list then, the supplements that you should, I'm not going to say that you should definitely get, but I'm going to say that you should consider them, because like we said at the start, no supplement is 100% necessity. So most good supplements will help support your good diet or help you from a convenience point of view. There's no silver bullet, there's no magic powder, there's no magic pill that's going to vanish away all of your fat and build a ton of muscle. That just won't happen. So first up is the good old-fashioned protein shake. Protein shakes are often seen by people to be some form of magic powder. You're often asked as a coach is, what pre-workout shake should I have? What post-workout shake should I have? How many protein shakes should I take per day? What protein should I buy? Should it be whey? Should it be casein? Should it be pea? Should it be vegan? Should it be whatever it may be? It's always seen as this magic powder that as soon as you train, you've got to have some protein, because that's what happens. You've got to have this intake of this shake that's going to have some miraculous impact on your fitness goals and your body image. Not true. A protein shake at the end of the day is still just food. You don't take a protein shake. You don't take it like you would a drug from your doctor or something like that. It's not on prescription. It's essentially just a source of food that's made into a convenient powder that you can turn into a drink. So, for example, if you were training in the gym, you finish a gym session, you could eat a meal and that would have pretty much the same effect as having a protein shake. But the fact is that not many people want to sit down to a full-on steak dinner with a jacket potato or whatever straight after they've worked out. It just doesn't sit right, it doesn't feel right in the belly. So therefore, reaching for a shake is a very convenient way of getting that high hit of protein, and you can really manage how many carbs and fat you have along with there, because they don't really have a lot of tag-along calories from those. So from that perspective, from a convenience factor, protein is a good supplement to have in your store cupboard. But which one should you have? Whey protein, casein protein, whatever. Now, generally speaking, whey protein would be people's go-to. Now, there are lots of different versions, you know, and the price for them can go up and up and up and up and up. But essentially, the basic whey isolate powder will be fine. If you want casein, it has got some benefits. It's slower release, it'll help you feel full for longer. It's good to have at night. So when you're sleeping, you've got that sort of more constant source of protein for your body to repair itself. So that's good from that perspective, but not essential. You can get away with just a regular whey protein if you want to. So again, protein, it's not magic, it's convenient. Remember that. Next up, we've got creatine. Creatine, often people say that it damages your kidneys, and it's not good for you, and blah, 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 blah. There's no real link between creatine and any particular problems. It's one of the most widely tested supplements out there, and it's one of the most widely used supplements out there, particularly by strength athletes, power athletes, rugby players, and people like that who really need that sort of strength and power. So if you're following a heavyweight training program, you've got some compound lifts in there, you're doing lots of resistance exercises, then which you absolutely should be doing, then creatine is going to have some benefit. Plus, the basic monohydrate powder is really cheap, so it doesn't really break the bank to have that in your workout and your nutrition regime. So definitely go for that one if strength and power is one of your goals. Now, I would take 5 grams in my post-workout shake, keep it nice and simple, and therefore that's where you're going to get the most benefit. So creatine, good. We've done pre-workout already, so I won't do that one again. So the 5th one on the list for the good section is fish oil. Now, fish oil, again, not essential. If you're having lots of food that got omega-3s in it, so lots of nuts and seeds and oily fish and those sorts of foods that are bringing in that omega-3, you probably don't need a fish oil supplement. However, sometimes a lot of people struggle to get the right level of omega-3 in their diet. Some people don't like oily fish. Some people, in terms of trying to get that macro balance, it's often difficult because of the high fat content to make it balance within your plan on a regular basis. People have, maybe 1 to 2 portions of fish a week, which gives them, it gives them some of the omega-3 oils, but perhaps not enough on a regular basis. So having the omega-3, the fish oil, really helps keep those levels topped up and make sure that you're getting those essential fats and you're getting those essential nutrients within the body on a regular basis. So fish oil is good. So the summary of all this in terms of which is best, well, which is best is a good diet and solid weight training program. That's what supplements are best. Throw in a bit of hard work, consistency, and some patience, and you've got the recipe for big results. That's what's going to get you the biggest changes in your physique. Let's assume for a second that you are wanting to lose weight and lose body fat. The real supplements that are going to give you the most benefit are a calorie deficit, that's key. Then it's going to be a good weight training program, focus on resistance training, compound lifts, and that sort of exercise. Then you're going to come in with some consistency. So you've got those two things in place, the consistency to keep that happening over time. Then patience. Let nature take its course. Let the fact that you've got a good nutrition program, let the fact that you've got a good training program and you're being consistent take effect. You are not going to change your body image overnight. You're not going to change your body image within a week. It's going to take a number of weeks, a number of months to see those changes. So have the patience to let it happen. Don't ditch it and go for something else. Have the patience to let it happen. If you've got all that in place and you're consistent with it all, then that's when the supplements will help you, i.e. they supplement all of those things. So think about protein from a convenience point of view. Think about creatine if you're looking for strength and power. Think about fish oil if in your diet it's not quite balanced towards getting enough omega-3. Think about a pre-workout if you really think you need those little bits of marginal gain to get you going in the gym. And fifth, think about having some vitamin D. Often people are deficient in that vitamin, so it can help with general health and well-being, and it's a good supplement to have. But supplements, not essential. Diet, training, patience, consistency. Thank you.